ladies and gentlemen, Georgia wins over Ole Miss 43-35. What a most crazy game. That was the most craziest Georgia game of all time. I mean, one of the most craziest Georgia games of all time. I mean, first half, Georgia scores a field goal. Ole Miss scores touchdown. Georgia scores touchdown. Ole Miss scores touchdown. Georgia scores touchdown. Ole Miss scores touchdown. Georgia scored a field goal. 2 field goals, I believe. Georgia could not stop Ole Miss in the first half. It started at the second half. Second play of scrimmage of the second half. Ole Miss runs a long touchdown back. 75 yards. Georgia then proceeds to answer with a touchdown. The Ole Miss scores another touchdown. Defense was piss poor till late in the game, but after the third quarter, Georgia scores a touchdown the fourth. Georgia stops Ole Miss. Georgia scores a touchdown the fourth again. Georgia stops Ole Miss. Georgia hits a field goal. Peyton Woodring was Georgia. I would probably say Peyton Woodring was one of Georgia's most important players today. And then what happened after Peyton Woodring hit a field goal to send Georgia up 8? The defense, with the most crucial stop of the game, got the stop. Georgia wins at 43-35. Just what a crazy game. But that's what score like 43-35. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't repeating false information as I accidentally did for Georgia and Georgia State. Speaking of Georgia State, they're losing 17-20 to Georgia Southern right now. Texas A&M beat Arkansas 45-42 in a crazy game. Vanderbilt beat LSU. Florida beat Mississippi State 23-21. Shout out Gators. I had them winning that game earlier in the week. But back to Georgia, man. What a game by Lawson Lucky. 3 touchdowns. Lawson played wonderful. Gunner Stockton turning on. Gunner played all game. Dear Georgia fan, if you were blaming Mike Bobo for this game, if Georgia would have lost and you're blaming Mike Bobo, you need to rethink your fandom. Mike Bobo coached a great game today. And the only problem with Georgia's just at this point is the defense. Georgia's defense is getting ran through like sliced bread. I mean, Ole Miss could score on Georgia at will for the first 3 quarters of this game. Then the fourth quarter came and Georgia was that the best fourth quarter Georgia's played all year? With the exception maybe of the Alabama game. I think so. They held Alabama scoreless, unfortunately loses. They held Ole Miss scoreless in the fourth. You get the point. Georgia wins at 43-35. Just what a game. What a game. That pass breakup was one of the most loudest moments in Sanford Stadium. Just incredible, man. Just a incredible victory. I'm so blessed, and it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog on a Saturday night. Like the Bulldog Boogie says, from Athens to Savannah, if we make it to Atlanta, we'll do the Bulldog Boogie tonight. Georgia can move to second place in the SEC if some crazy stuff happens tonight. But, I mean, just what a game. What a football game by the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm just so proud of this Georgia team. I really am. What a game. What a game. Georgia's offense might be one of the... If Gunner Stockton is not getting Heisman consideration after this week, it's rigged. As Alabama just picked off Joey Aguilar and ran 99 yards on the final play of the first half to take a 23-7 lead. You might recall... After the hobnail boot in 2001, Scott Howard said the Tennessee fans were lining up to jump off the bridge, to jump off to the Tennessee River. That might be it. 23-7. That's horrid. Bad day for Tennessee overall, I guess. Tony Vitello leaves to take the Giants job. And now they're jumping off bridges after being down 23-7 to Tennessee, to Alabama. But hey, I mean, you're Tennessee. What did you kind of expect there? I will say real quick, I know this is the Georgia post-game video. Big Tony Vitello fan. I hate Tennessee, but I do like Tony Vitello. That is not finalized yet, but if he does leave, that would be wonderful. I wish he would have went to Atlanta, but that's whatever. I'm not a big MLB fan anyway. You are in there, right? You love the Braves. Braves are your favorite team of all time. Just like how Georgia basketball is my favorite team of all time. But final thoughts is Georgia played great. Georgia's got a bye week, so no game next week. And then after that, it's playing the Florida Gators. That is, Georgia and Florida is just one of the most greatest rivalries in college football. The war, as some call it, as Georgia State is running to the 5. he got hit behind and didn't get anything. Georgia and Florida is going to be a great game. And we're going to recap all of this Monday or Tuesday. Just what a great game. What a great game. I am so proud of Georgia for coming back in this game because, I mean, Georgia, and you know what? When Georgia got down 9, they could have laid down and died. They did not. Shout out defense in the second half, but more importantly, shout out Mike Bobo and shout out Gunnar Stockton and Lawson Lucky in offense. Because Georgia's offense, as Georgia State just threw a touchdown pass, nope, incomplete. Georgia's offense was clicking on all cylinders today. And let's be honest, what is this game if Georgia scores field goals instead of touchdowns or scores touchdowns instead of field goals in the first half? It's even. It's even. And Ole Miss had Georgia looking odd there for a little while, but Georgia did what they do. This isn't your average Kirby Smart Georgia team. This is a bend but not break Georgia team. How many times have we seen Georgia late in games come up clutch because they're bend but not break? This was an example of that tonight. Bend but not break. Win with everything you have in the tank, and Georgia did that tonight. So, I mean, it's just, I'm blessed to God, man. It is great to be a Georgia Bulldog. It is. And I thank God that we get to experience college football every week, man, because it truly is one of the greatest things on earth. And it's one of the greatest things on earth when Georgia wins. The final score, once again, Georgia 43, Mississippi 35. Georgia, I think steals the right word because Ole Miss should have won this game. Georgia steals a victory away from Ole Miss and sends crying Lane Kiffin back home to Mississippi, all sad. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is great. Man, and probably that's a top 10 greatest game ever played in Sanford Stadium of all time. Maybe top 5. It was just like 2013 LSU. That game had 2013 LSU vibes. But man, Georgia wins it 43-35. What a great game for Georgia, man. I'm so proud of this Georgia team. So Georgia wins it. Georgia basketball next week versus Troy. It's great, man. So let's go Dogs, and Georgia wins it. I'm so happy. Let's go Dogs.